Namaste and Vanakkam. It's 11th house in Vedic astrology. This is part of a series that I'm doing on the 12 houses in Vedic astrology. And if you want to catch the other videos, the other houses, come find them on my YouTube channel, Jyotish. So today, we are going into the 11th house in the series. The 11th house is about gains and big dreams. The 11th house is about friendship and whether your hopes and dreams actually come true. And as usual, before I begin, I'd like to invoke and seek the blessings of Lord Ganesha for obstacles and Devi Saraswati for divine wisdom. Om Gam Ganapatye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Now, real quick, for anyone new to Vedic astrology and this series of videos. Vedic astrology, or jyotish, is the Vedic science of light. And it's basically reading the sky at the exact moment that you took your first breath. And then figuring out what that tells about the life that you're actually living. And a house in Vedic astrology, just briefly, you see your chart gets split into 12 sections. Starting from house number 1, the exact point that was rising on the horizon at the moment of your birth. And each section covers a different part in your life. Each house. I actually break this down way more in depth in my first house video. So go watch that one if you haven't already. All right. Let's get into the 11th house. So the 11th house, this is a good one. Genuinely, one of the happier houses to talk about. In the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, which is the Vedic astrology scripture, the 11th house is called Labha Bhava, the house of gains. And once you get into the classical Vedic astrology texts, these are the things that the 11th house actually holds. Gains, windfall, or income beyond your regular salary, profits. It's the extra that comes in. The 11th house is about the fulfillment of your desires. Whether the things you actually wish for will come true. The 11th house is also about friendship, about your social circle, about the community that you belong to. The 11th house is also about your elder siblings, specifically your elder siblings, if you have any. It's about your aspirations, the big goals that you're chasing. And on the body, physically, this house touches your left ear. Here's what I really like about this house. It's called an Upachaya house. Along with the third house, the sixth house, and the 10th house, and the 11th house, which basically means it gets stronger over time. The older you get, the more this house tends to deliver. Almost no matter what's sitting in it, it's a blessing. And as usual, for this video, we'll stay mostly in D1 chart. There isn't a single dedicated divisional chart that astrologers look at for this house specifically. You know, the way they do to look at marriage or children. The 11th house mostly gets read straight from the main chart, from the Rashi chart, alongside a few other layers I bring in during the full reading. Okay, let's look at the Lord or the ruling planet of your 11th house. Pull up your chart and look at the 11th house and see what sign sits in your 11th house. Find its ruling planet. Then track down where that planet actually sits in your own chart. Could be somewhere on another house. And this tells you where your gain and your biggest wishes are coming from. So for example, say that your 11th house Lord sits in your second house. Then your gains are tied directly to your wealth and your family. Money tends to come in and stay. If it sits in your 7th house, then your gains often come through some kind of partnership or through the people that you do business with, maybe. All right, let's talk about what's actually sitting in your 11th house. If the 11th house is empty, if there's nothing sitting in your 11th house, again, that's completely normal. Just check what's aspecting it from somewhere else in your chart when you look at your aspects. Now, let's go through each and every planet. Sun in your 11th house, Moon in your 11th house, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and then finally Saturn in your 11th house. Starting with Sun in your 11th house, or Sun aspecting it. Your gains often come through leadership or through people who see you as an authority. Your social circle tends to be very influential, and your dreams tends to be large, big. Sun in your 11th house. Now, Moon in your 11th house. With Moon in your 11th house, your friendships are genuinely emotional in nature, not just casual. your gains can fluctuate along with your personal mood or your personal circumstances. But you're generally a well-liked person. Mercury in your 11th house. With Mercury, of course, you're good at networking. You're good with business. And your social circle tends to be wide and varied. Your gains often come through communication or through who you know, people that you know. Now, Mars in your 11th house, or Mars aspecting your 11th house. With Mars, you chase your goals hard. Your gains comes through real hard work and effort. Sometimes competitive. Your friendship can occasionally hit friction. But the ones that stick, friends that stick, tend to stick for good. Jupiter in the 11th house. This is again one of the strongest placement you can hope for. Jupiter cannot go wrong, mostly. Real abundance, generous friendship, and your wishes tend to actually come true. I would say this is genuinely a very fortunate placement. Saturn in the 11th house. With Saturn, your gains come delayed and slow, but they come steady. With Saturn, you tend to value old friends, longer friendships, no casual friendship. And because this house grows stronger with time, Saturn actually does quite well here, I should say, especially in later in life. Okay. Now, for when you've got multiple planets, 2 or 3 planets sitting in your 11th house, sitting together, let's go through a few combinations here. Jupiter and Moon together in the 11th house. This is a genuinely beautiful combination. Emotionally fulfilling friendships and real ease when it comes to gains. Sun and Mercury together in your 11th house. Most likely you are influential, well-connected, and your gains often comes through a mix of leadership and communication. Mars and Saturn sitting together in your 11th house. Here your gains come through sustained, disciplined effort. Some friendships kind of get tested, but the loyal ones, they stick around for the long run. See, a few more things worth knowing about the 11th house. As usual, the dignity of your 11th house Lord, whether it's exalted or weak or comfortable in its own sign, all of that shapes how easily your gains actually flow. And because this house is upachaya means it grows over time regardless of what's sitting in it. Patience tends to genuinely pay off here. And of course, the 11th house, this house sits directly opposite your 5th house. The 5th house is what you create, versus the 11th house, what you actually comes back to. So, that's in the 11th house, briefly. The 11th house is not just your windfall and gains. It's about whether your wishes actually come true. Your dreams actually come true. Now, if you're curious about all of this stuff, you're curious about what's sitting in your 11th house, your 11th house Lord, all the other houses too, your degrees, all of it. If you're curious about this Vedic astrology stuff, that's the part what I actually go through and do for you in a full Vedic chart reading. I write it up like your actual life story, like a novel. From the day you were born, all the way through every season that you've lived since, and to the future. And that's why it usually comes between 70 to 120 pages, depending on what's really going on in your chart. And I only take 2 or 3 of these readings per week, honestly, because each one takes me about 5 to 8 hours to actually prepare it properly. The links, if you're interested, the links in the description. And if there's still an open spot. Next up is 12th house, the last house. The last house in this series. So, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I am Jyoti Shakti, and Namaste and Vanakkam.